Hey guys, this is Callum from EnglishShooting and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a video which I think is quite important to beginner shooters. Certainly if you've been on the IPSC shotgun circuit or 3-gun circuit for a while, this is going to be like teaching you to suck eggs. But if you're looking at getting into practical shotgun or 3-gun, you're going to hear the words dual loading and quad loading thrown about quite a bit. So I just wanted to make this video to clarify exactly what they are. It may sound quite straightforward, but if you're a beginner, you may not know all of the ins and out. Now, the dual load versus quad load becomes quite significant within the UK because of our laws. Now, I have done a video which is when a shotgun is not a shotgun, because as UK law states, this gun here is a shotgun by law, and this one here is actually classed as a firearm. You need a Section 2 SGC for this gun, and you need a Section 1 FAC for this gun here, and it comes down to capacity. So this is the Stoeger M3000 that I'm currently using for competing. Because I don't have an FAC, I'm not going to be able to get the unrestricted version, and as I've just said, it means that this one is restricted to be able to go onto a shotgun certificate. It means that you only have a capacity of 2 in the tube and 1 in the chamber. Ignore this extension tube, it's not functional. The block is still in this gun and it's still very much a Section 2 gun. I've only got the tube on there because eventually I will be moving over to an unrestricted gun, and I just want to get used to the feeling of a longer gun. I did at one point actually have a load of ammunition, dummy cartridges in there to simulate the weight of a fully loaded Section 1 gun, but found that was actually causing issues. I'm going to make a video on that as well, so if you're interested to learn more, go and check out that video. But we're going to be talking about loading. So obviously being able to only get 2 in this gun, you are very much restricted to a dual load, and as that would suggest, you put 2 into the gun, and I'll show you that now. Now, there are 2 methods to loading, what is referred to as strong hand or weak hand loading. So a strong hand load for me, because I'm right-handed, you've got the gun in the shoulder, you bring it onto the shoulder. Because it's a dual load, you grab the 2 into the gun. Now, for a weak hand load, you're gonna use the caddy to the left of you if you're right-handed, and you're going to bring the gun down. So gun in the shoulder, you turn the gun upside down, you grab it with your weak hand and then into the gun. Now, I'm not as proficient with the weak hand loading. I do a lot more practice with the strong hand. That's why I'm a little bit more proficient with it. But that's your dual load. As it states, dual 2 in your hand, 2 straight into the gun. And it also leads with a Section 2 restricted shotgun to the expression shoot 2, load 2, shoot 2, load 2. And that's because obviously you don't want the gun running dry. If you run it dry and it locks back, you've then got to get 3 into the gun, and obviously these are only in 2s, so you end up having to almost grab 4, drop 1, put 1 in the chamber, and then 2 into the tube. So you only ever want to shoot 2, load 2, shoot 2, load 2, unless you come to the last target, there's just 1 into the chamber, and then you can take the risk of just shooting it with that last round. Now, obviously into the international circuit, where nobody else has the same laws as us, meaning that pretty much anywhere in the world, if you get a shotgun, it's going to be unrestricted. You're going to want to be looking at quad loading. Overall, quad loading is a lot faster. It means that you've got less movement. You're bringing those 4 cartridges up in one and putting it straight in the gun, whereas if you were to do 4 with a dual load, you're going to have to bring it up, put it in the gun, bring it up, put it into the gun. There are some scenarios that I would say it is advantageous to go for a dual load. Certainly if you're going around obstacles, maybe, you know, over a balance board or a seesaw or something like that, and you want to be absolutely solid with the ammunition. And of course it does depend how confident you are between dual loading and quad loading. I've done a lot more dual loading over my time than I have quad loading, so I am a little bit more proficient with dual loading. So depends on your confidence levels. Perhaps when I first go into matches and I start quad loading, I may in some circumstances go for a dual load because I'm going to be more confident with it. But let's show you both strong and weak hand quad loading. So just like before, gun into the shoulder. For a strong hand gun on the shoulder, you grab 4 this time. You're going to put 2 in first and then 2 in afterwards, and that's a quad load. So for the weak hand, again, it's going to be exactly the same, just with your weak hand. Again, I'm going to be using the caddy to the left of me here. So it's going to be gun in the shoulder, bring it down, turn the gun upside down, grab 4. Again, I'm not as proficient with the weak hand, but 2 in first and then the following 2 behind it. And there we have dual loading, quad loading, weak and strong hands. So if you've been wondering what all of the terminology is, well, I've just showed you, so you have a little bit of a better idea about what people are talking about. I would recommend for a beginner, get a little bit more proficient with dual loading to start. It's going to be easier to learn, it's going to be easier to really perfect, and then move over to the quad loading. It can be a very difficult technique, and luckily I have a very good teacher, Connors from Magload, and he's also going to be doing a more in-depth technique video on quad loading as well. So keep an eye out on the Magload YouTube channel for those videos if you're interested in getting more proficient with quad loading. Also, some of you, again, keen-eyed of you, would have noticed that I'm now using the Magload Nexus Pro. This is actually the first time that I've come down and got some ammunition in the belt and had some practice just doing a little bit there. Great caddies, the real improvement over the old ones, and the old ones certainly weren't bad. That's what I was using previously. They're lighter, I think they look absolutely awesome. I know with all the cartridges in the way you can't really see them, but the look, the aesthetic of them now, I think is a great improvement. A lot lighter, although with the cartridges on they do still become quite weighty. There is a significant amount of weight saving in them. So again, if you're interested in getting started in practical shotgun or 3-gun and you're looking for a caddy, well, check out magload.co.uk, and of course you want to pick up some dummy cartridges so that you can practice at home, again, check out magload.co.uk. But there we go, guys. I really hope that this has been interesting and informative for maybe some of you beginners out there. If you have any questions about dual loading or quad loading or practical shooting or shooting in general, put a comment in the comments section below. But I really hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up button, make sure you're subscribed, and as always, guys, I hope to see you soon.